Hello and welcome to Dire Bear. It's Tuesday night, so of course that means we're playing Star Wars Remnant Shadow using the old West End Games D6 system. Let's see. Last week, how are the volumes?
Chat.
I just thought it was spiking up a little high. Anyway, as I was saying. Alright, so last week, anybody remember what happened?
Nothing important, I'm sure. It was probably just a nice shopping episode. We got tea.
We're going to go watch the races.
Yeah, nothing happened.
Alright, so y'all arrived at
Kalla.
Think of it as a planet that's a university town. So you arrived, you made your inquiries about the medication that you've been sent to buy. Cut a deal, but it was going to be a few days till the stuff was produced and delivered. And other than that, you explored the city a little bit. Ozen made some new friends.
Yeah. It's nice to have friends that are relatively close to my age.
Yeah. And they'd be within spitting distance.
Mm-hmm.
And I had their names written down somewhere. I think it was Thall and Jord.
It was Thall and Jord.
Jord, I believe, was the one that was buying Ozen a drink.
It was Thall and Jord, sorry.
Thall, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had invited you to the race. They worked for a speeder design firm and basically took a vacation to come out here and enter this race. Used to race in their teens. They've got their old racer fixed up, the White Witch. As this is going on, I think it was Io that discovered there was a bounty hunter.
It was technically the R2 unit, and the R2 unit told her.
Right. Well, he spotted somebody watching the ship,
yeah.
And then Io tracked down all the information on the guy.
Yeah.
Do you remember what his name was?
Do not think he's been given one.
Yeah, I don't think he was given one. I've just been calling him Birdman.
You're muted, Eric, if you're speaking.
The Tox Corvus.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, Corvus.
Yeah.
I saw Eric's lips moving. I was like, he's definitely trying to say the name right now.
If anybody has the name,
it's Eric.
But yes, back on Nar Shaddaa, y'all had been jumped, killed some of the people attacking you. Turns out one of them's father was somebody fairly important, who's apparently hired a bounty hunter to bring the good captain back to ask him some pointed questions about what exactly happened to his daughter. Several of you also spotted a group of Imperial diplomats being given a tour of the city. I don't know if I'd go as far as to say Doc made a friend, but Doc met another droid, had a chat with him.
Give it time. You'll be friends in no time.
Yeah, certainly. Dude certainly seemed friendly enough.
What do you mean shoot? I don't shoot people. What do you mean you don't shoot people?
Only very, very specific droids shoot people. It's not that common a thing, really.
He was an assassin droid all along.
Dun dun dun.
Doc is the big bad.
I don't know. Last time I played any kind of robot, I was playing a diplomatic unit, and the diplomatic units can also pop knives out of their hands, because, why wouldn't you?
They pop them out diplomatically.
But, so anyway, the session, I guess, ended when Ozen and, I believe it was Keltzer that went with Ozen?
Io.
Io, okay. That's right. Keltzer was in the bar when they met the racers, I think.
No. No, it was just Ozen by herself.
Okay.
Yeah.
For some reason, I was thinking somebody else was with you then, but I guess it was later.
No.
It was Keltzer and Doc that were running around together.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll get sorted out eventually. I'm old. Leave me alone. So anyway, we wrapped up with Ozen and Io had gone down to the to watch the races. They'd been invited, into the pit with the White Witch's crew. However, while they were there, before the race started, Corvus showed up. Look, I've been watching the
nice slip.
Corvus showed up and began demanding to know where the captain was. And as they kind of step out into the hallway from the pit, the Imperial delegation comes rounding the corner on their, tour of the facilities. So we ended with a well-armed bounty hunter in front of all of you. Some confused Imperials to one side. But with a woman stepping in front and holding we'll just call it a kind of small tube-shaped object in her hand. Stepping in front of the highest-ranking Imperial.
I don't think Ozen's quite clocked it yet. I don't think because she's still looking at the bounty hunter. So it might
I want to say I had drawn specific attention to the fact that Ozen spotted that.
Okay.
Because Ozen would be the first person to realize what it was.
Sure.
Now, if they realize it over the Kill Bill sirens going off in their head.
That's fair. Okay, so she does the thing where she's like looking at the bounty hunter, hears the footsteps, sees the Imperials, and then it's like, she looks like she's about to talk, and then the Inquisitor walks forward.
Well, she steps in front of like the commanding officer, in like kind of a protective position.
Right, that's what I'm saying. She looks like she's about to say something, and then she just stops. She doesn't say anything. She's still calm, but she's just doesn't say anything, and then turns back to the bounty hunter.
And I believe Io had opened a comm unit to the captain.
No, she'd opened it to the ship, and R2 was recording it.
And I think Ozen had actually called the captain, like openly, where the hunter knew she had called. So that's the situation you're in.
Yeah.
The Imperials, there was like 4 stormtroopers with them too. They're all kind of taking defensive positions around their commander, or whatever his rank is. You've got a local official there that's just kind of like, if you can imagine a human freaking out like C-3PO freaks out in situations, it's like he's freezing up not knowing.
Oh dear.
I can see it.
Because this was supposed to be a real simple, I'm just taking these guys on a tour.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the one-man army out here confronting people.
Ozen will look back at the bounty hunter, kind of do another back look at the Imperial group, and just like make sure towards the bounty hunter and be like, so do you want to say the things you were saying again?
Certainly. Where is your captain?
You're speaking to him.
Oh, that's right. Tell your captain I have a,
Yes, please say bounty in front of the Imperials.
Nothing.
Yeah,
Like they don't hire bounty hunters in droves.
Sure.
So yeah, there was a bounty out for your captain, or for you, captain.
From who?
I think I gave you that guy's name last time.
I believe
you did, but this is the first time they're saying it. It was a hot
guy.
Miko Nalprin.
Yeah. I got him.
Nelprin. Not Nalprin, Nelprin.
So yeah, he tells you Miko Nelprin.
Who?
A businessman from Nar Shaddaa. He has questions about your involvement with the death of his daughter. And while he's talking, he's kind of put his hands up like this as to not freak the Imperials out.
Well, if I was involved in the death of his daughter, then maybe his daughter shouldn't have attacked me.
Well, that'll be for others to research once we're back on Nar Shaddaa.
If we go back to Nar Shaddaa.
It's a matter of when. And in what condition everyone's in.
Well, I mean, if there's a win, it'd be you in a box. Are we done?
Are you on your ship,
question.
Captain?
Nope. The crew has leave to enjoy the festivities. I myself am enjoying the city.
We will meet sooner rather than later.
Well, we've already met. Multiple times, in point of fact. I'm sorry you can't remember, though.
Did you hand him did Ozen hand him the commune, or is she just holding it up?
Oh, she's just holding it up. Okay. He's not taking shit from me.
At that point, he just starts ignoring y'all. He turns to the Imperials. Apologies for any alarm. And then he turns and walks down the hallway the opposite direction.
Well, I have a race to enjoy from a pit view. Aya, would you like to join me?
I mean, that's why I'm here, so sure.
That's why I'm here. We'll about face and head that way.
The woman standing in front is giving both of you a kind of not a hard look exactly, but it's like she's studying you, like she's marking your face as somebody to remember.
I will say Ozen does have her hood up. It's not like she doesn't have a mask on, obviously, but she does have her hood up, so whatever hair she would have had is tied back or whatever.
And you do notice in that last bit of conversation, she has slipped that object up the sleeve of her robe, or not? She's not in her robe, up the sleeve of her jacket.
Yep. It has definitely been clocked, and maybe Ozen will get some therapy later.
But as you walk back in, you hear the diplomat, the local diplomat, and the Imperial commander. Some kind of little. Haha, wasn't that funny? More excitement than we were expecting.
Dinner and a show.
But and they stop at the pit, and they don't enter the pit because people are working. But he shows them. You hear the commander compliment Thall and Jord on the on having such a classic speeder.
While they're it was Jord, or was it Thall that got their arm wrenched?
That was Jord. He kind of walked into this little number, and the guy grabbed him and pulled it to one side.
Yeah. Okay. she'll go to Thall's the one speaking to the Imperials.
Yeah.
Okay, so then she'll just kind of like Jordan be like, how's the arm?
Anyway, and you've seen him kind of rub it. Oh, it's fine. It's not like he broke anything or anything.
Well, you're driving,
Sucker's
aren't
strong,
you?
though. No, Thall
Yeah.
was the one driving.
Okay, never mind then. Then he'll look at him and goes, well, as long as you're okay, and she'll kind of give him a look up and down to make sure, in case. It's because she doesn't like to be a trained healer. Doesn't mean she isn't a trained healer. Io probably notices Ozen's like very not very twitchy, but like just a little more twitchy now.
Twitchier than normal. She'll just kind of like, she's eyeballing her, but isn't gonna say anything right then and there.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely like the ADHD like thing.
Are the Imperials still there?
No, they spoke just very briefly, had that brief interaction with Thall, and they walked on to probably the next pit.
Okay. After maybe a minute or two after that, she would have cut the connection on her open comm.
A few minutes later, you do have some of the local security guys come by and just kind of ask you what that was about.
Mistaken
identity.
I'm just picturing both of you saying that at the same time, and then pausing and looking at each other like you were worried you were about to contradict each other, and then realizing you'd said the same thing, and then continuing on. They look a little skeptical, but they don't make a big deal about it. No weapons were drawn, nobody was shot at, so
I was gonna say no weapons were drawn, no one's hurt,
no blood curdling screams.
Yeah.
And bounty hunting is not illegal, so. Though if they checked into the bounty, I don't think it would have been a legit. But
is that something Io would have noticed when she
I had mentioned to you that it wasn't something that was posted through the Bounty Hunter Guild.
Okay, yeah, it wasn't more like local stuff.
It wasn't like a general bounty put out to just whoever they had specifically hired this guy.
They contracted him. Okay.
So that could cause
very out about his name for. He's very out about his employer's name for somebody who's taking a bounty.
Well, some people roll like that.
Yeah, secrecy may not have been part of the deal. Or it may have been the Imperials in his face. He wanted to make sure they knew, oh yeah, I've got a good reason to be doing this. That dude murdered somebody. Allegedly.
Allegedly,
he gunned somebody down in a back alley.
No, he threw him off a cliff.
It was a cliff in a back alley. Alright, so cutting away from the racetrack, what were Keltzer and Doc doing?
As far as I know, they went to look for the quote-unquote upgrade kit or upgrade parts.
But Kelser's probably not gonna get it.
Which Doc? Go ahead.
Because it has like standard stuff, that you probably already have.
Yeah, the kit doesn't come with like anything extraordinarily better or any booster to particular skills, so probably just do some light window shopping and then be like, hey.
And then Kelser would hit the closest bar and probably have a couple of drinks while watching the swoop racing on the TV.
Doc could probably just wander on back to the ship, but if there's no need for him.
Alrighty. Well, where was that droid's?
I mean,
I
could
thought I
be.
had that droid's name somewhere. Oh well. So yeah, y'all leave the shop. You see that droid you'd met in there again. He's out on the street. What was his name? What was he? BL something? BL-17, that was his name. And he just seems to be waiting close by at the entrance of another store.
More shopping, I take it.
What? Oh, hello again. And he does have like a little shopping bag in his hand. Ah, yes, my owner is still making purchases. Not all shops are welcoming to our kind, though, so occasionally I have to stand out here holding a bag.
Well, luckily you won't grow tired, so there is that benefit.
No,
And like,
and I enjoy people watching.
indeed, sometimes it's intriguing to see how some people are. However, I am sorry that you have to do the task of what is usually left to, what is it? I believe the term is boyfriend to most species. But in these days, I believe it is just called partner.
Yes, well, it comes from being a generalist. You tend to get tasked with all sorts of mundane things. Sometimes I wish I was a specialist, more like yourself.
It does has its perks. At least can guarantee my crew will not suffer, at least painfully. And again, dry humor, I believe is what that's called.
Indeed. I've never caught the knack for humor.
I'm still trying to figure out the proper subroutine. It's taking several tries. I think I'm on 2,695. I'll get it one day.
I noticed you
Well,
were
it's
without
also
your
that
owner.
Yes, my owner is going to go enjoy refreshments and watch the race at the local bar, or at least at a local bar. There is no need for me, so I shall return back to our ship and continue to make sure that we have all the supplies we need.
Well, it was good to speak to you again. Then I hope we meet again.
Agreed. It is pleasant, our chats. And Doc will just start slowly walking.
And BL goes back to his people watching.
I mean, to be fair, it's interesting in real life to people watch, but I can imagine in this particular universe, people watching, oh lord, there's so much difference to see. But anyway.
Alright. Captain. Once you have hung up from speaking with Corvus, what are you going to do? Just going to hunker down on the ship?
For right now, he will. Although he will do some searching through the whatever they call what is effectively the internet. My brain can never remember.
HoloNet.
HoloNet, thank you. My brain was going extra. I'm like, no, that's not it. I think that's Mass Effect.
Extranet is Mass Effect, yeah.
Yeah, HoloNet. He will be looking through there a little bit to see if there's any place that sells salvage droids.
Salvage droids?
Yes.
Yeah, this is a big kind of industrialized planet. You'd have somebody that sold something like that.
Yeah. I'm trying to find the page.
Let's see. There's the
one
Cyber
he's-
Droid Inc. P100 salvage droid.
Yeah, he'd be more familiar with the SM scavenger droid, which was primarily used by the Trade Federation, but given his history with them, he'd be more familiar with their stuff. Although, technically, if you look at type, New Republic SM series scavenger droid.
So yeah, you can poke around and see where there's a couple of those for sale on the planet.
Okay. Anyone listing a price?
Let's see. What style of droid would that be, game-wise?
5th degree.
I forget, is that the more expensive or less expensive ones?
The degrees are based off the specialization of the droid. Like 1st degree, like Duba's character is a 1st degree droid. R2's a 2nd degree droid. C-3PO is a 3rd degree. HK was a 4th degree, and 5th degree is like hauling and cargo and stuff like that.
Okay. Notice I think there's a price list for droids somewhere. So how many of these are you looking to buy?
That will depend on price. Because he does want something to be able to effectively salvage ships.
You still just really want that ship that disabled ship y'all found.
He wants everything that could make him money. Let's be real here. And yeah, if it's still there, he absolutely wants to harvest the still working components and then sell them for a profit. Not gonna lie.
Unless it would make him a profit. Alright, I know it's in here somewhere. But it's taking me too long to find it. Let's see. Alright, let's see. Battle droids are 2,000 used. But that's not what I'm looking for. Okay, we'll have to find the price later. I'm not finding it.
Fair enough.
Because I don't think droids are listed on the regular old. Oh, nope, here we go. Never mind, I found it. Alright, so a 5th degree droid costs 1,000 credits.
Oh, okay.
And the where is number 1, which is readily available throughout the galaxy.
Cool.
And you said it was 5th. You said it would be 5th degree, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess that's about like finding, you know, a cherry picker or a bulldozer or something.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, you'd have no problem getting a couple of those. I think you've got the cash to handle it.
Do now.
So you're basically on there shopping Amazon.
More or less.
There's a bounty hunter after me. Huh. Wonder what Amazon's got for sale.
The regular Tuesday.
I mean, in his line of work, yeah, pretty much.
But so Keltzer, you walk into a bar. As usual, you get a lot of attention when you walk in because Mandalorians aren't that common throughout the galaxy.
Yeah.
The bartender just kind of looks at you as walking in. You here looking for somebody?
No. Just came here for a drink.
You see a lot of people in the bar relax a little bit.
Maybe I should be looking for somebody. Damn!
Right.
Do any of y'all need to be looked for?
You know what? That does sound like a good idea. Saying me, the person, not the character.
You just start casually going through your data pad. Do any of these guys have bounties on them?
Right.
So yeah, you walk up to the bar. Bartender takes your order. Asks you, you know, what brings you to town?
Just a job. I work on a cargo ship.
It's a odd job for a Mandalorian, isn't it?
A bit, but I mean, just because I work on a cargo ship doesn't mean I don't do bounties.
Well, as long as you're not here to do that. I hate cleaning. I hate having to clean blood off the floor.
At least right now I'm not, so.
But several of the view screens in the bar have got the what would you call it?
Race?
Yeah, but the race hasn't started yet, so it's like the pre-show or whatever.
Oh yeah, it's just a pre-show. They've got like an analyst desk talking about the different racers.
You've got whatever a Star Wars blimp would look like floating over the field with a camera.
It's just the regular blimp, but they have like a stupid jet engine at the back, and it's like a cage.
Maybe there's a gun turret on the top. Who knows? But mounted with cameras.
Yep.
So you know, you see them
Walking
going,
Disney.
you know, going over some of the racers, and you see some of the speeders. When they show the White Witch, you recognize that name from Ozen and them talking.
If they show the pit, from the view from the pit, you'll just straight up see Ozen and Io.
Actually, yeah, you would, because they do pan through the various pits.
Okay.
So you see the guy that must be Jord talking to Ozen.
It's like checking his arm and double checking it, like. Might look suspicious if you see her like this, like stretching out an arm.
He doesn't seem to be
Not
minding the
using any
attention though.
powers. I'm sure.
And in the pit, y'all are, you're still kind of fussing over Jord. Though every now and then he kind of steps away to yell at one of the pit crew to do this, that, or the other.
But with your other arm, please. Thank you.
Mostly he seems to be telling them to do things that they already knew to be doing. You get the impression it's how he's dealing with his pre-race jitters. Even though he's not the one actually doing the racing in this instance.
Right.
Thall's got his helmet on. They're loading up a droid into the back of the White Witch.
I'll be like, sit there 1 second, and I'll turn over to Thall. I look at Thall and be like, all right, you've got this.
He just smiled. It's been a little while since I've done much racing. Yeah, I'm sure I'll be fine.
I believe in you.
Well, thank you.
May the force be with you. Before he even has an opportunity to like say anything to that, she'll.
You hear him kind of mutter, and you. A little confused, but he knows what the response is supposed to be to that.
Yep. I do the equivalent of like, in just like lightly tap the back of the White Witch. The equivalent of like smacking a butt on before the game begins.
Not sure racers do that. I think it's a football thing. But...
No, it's definitely a football thing. But she's just ting on the ship or on the speeder, and then go back to Jord.
But as Jord starts to climb, into the witch, and Keltzer would be seeing this from a different point of view, or from a different angle. Everybody in the pit, so Ozen and Io, give me perception.
Search.
I'm not sure if search would count for listening. Or that would
Kind
just
of.
be straight perception.
Ear searching.
I
Okay,
wouldn't say
cool.
search is like strictly eye.
Let's see where the skill's at. Just want to get a quick
Hey, you're good.
specific see if they got a specific definition. Strength. Well, if my pages want to turn. Alright, perception.
Just straight perception.
Oh no, I was just finding the spot.
Oh, okay.
He's looking at the skills.
Okie dokie.
Alright, bargain. That is not the one we need. Con, gambling. Hide, sneak, search. Yeah, just straight perception.
Okay.
Search is when you're actively doing something. This is just to see if you happen to hear something off in the distance.
I got a 13.
Okay.
12.
All right. Let's see. Easy tasks are still 10. Moderate is 15. Or moderate is 11 to 15. Both of you think you hear blaster fire.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I'll kind of look over at Ozen.
We both have that same knowing look. Like, yep, you just heard that too.
It's either fireworks or blaster fire.
It's definitely not fireworks. I've heard fireworks. It's more of a gun sound.
As y'all are having this discussion, Thall has stood up. You know, he's gotten up into the White Witch's seat. He kind of stands up. He's looking around. He's got a look on his face, and you see him lean over and say something to Jord, who just kind of shrugs like, and then he asks the rest of the crew, "You guys hear anything?"
Yeah. Stay down. Please stay down.
About that time, the kind of roll up doors on the pits start rolling down.
Okay. Easy enough.
Keltzer watching it on the news, or not on the news, on the
Big screen.
yeah, I'm trying to remember if they call them hollow vids or what they call them. But anyway, you know, the announcers are talking like normal, but then you can see the pit door start to shut. And you can hear, you know, the announcers talking, but you can kind of hear the intercom playing in the stadium, asking everybody to remain calm. The stadium's going into lockdown. You know, there's no need to panic. Just, you know, kind of telling everybody to kind of sit where they are. And then they, you know, cut to commercial or something. Several people in the bar are kind of like, huh.
I'm gonna try to use my comms. Does it work?
Okay, your comms get out fine. There's nobody's blocking a signal here or anything.
Okay. Captain?
Oh, Otter's dipping out.
Later,
See you
Otter.
later.
Have a good one, Otter.
Thanks for coming by.
Yes.
Are you watching the Are you watching the VOD?
Not at present, no. Do I need to be?
Just hear a little bit of blaster fire, and then there is a remain calm thing on the intercom, which means that something's going on.
If Io hears Ozen talking, it wasn't us.
I'm well aware there'd be a lot more yelling if it was you.
You know, just something to be kept abreast of. You know, worst case, you're short 2 of us for a moment.
Just probably the point.
Do you think the bounty hunter's got that much pull that he's gonna, like, stop a race?
Fire blaster's in the right place.
That much pull? What? It's only a 3-pound trigger.
That's fair.
Now like I said, the roll up doors on the pits go down, so the speeders can't get out. But the back doors into the hallway are still clear. You know, it's not like every individual room is getting locked or anything.
Not like a sci-fi lockdown. Every other like foot of space gets segmented off.
Yeah, it's not doing that at all.
Okay.
With
This
that,
is a civilian facility.
What
They
is this
built.
cube?
Kelser would just throw down credits for the drink and then head towards the pod racing area.
All right, so you go down and probably flag down a taxi speeder. Or heck, you've got a jetpack. You might just
Jetpack over there.
zip off Commander Cody Rocket Man from the moon style.
God, what a reference.
You will never make me believe that was not one of the inspirations for Boba Fett. Because Lucas is just the right age. And Star Wars was his shout out to that style of sci-fi. So alright, so Kelter is headed towards the races. Captain, if you turn on the news, the actual news is just starting to talk about it.
Yeah.
Apparently, an Imperial ambassador has been shot. They do not currently know his condition.
Lovely.
Was it me?
The perpetrator is at large. The authorities say they are locking down the raceway. Beginning to search the facility. They ask people outside the raceway to clear the area, or I shouldn't say clear the area, but to they're asking more people not to show up at the place, as that will just complicate law enforcement's investigation.
Yeah.
She got to Kelser.
There is footage of the shooting, but you're just seeing the Imperial entourage, and there's a shot from off camera that hits the guy and he goes down. The stormtroopers return some shots, but
they're stormtroopers.
We know their aim.
Hey,
played
they
the
managed to
match.
hit the facility, so they're doing all right.
Okay.
But and then you have analysts come on, asking, who could have done this? Why would they have done it here? What could the fallout be?
Okay.
For the sector.
I thought you were like, this Imperial officer has been shot. Now we're talking about the race again.
Imperial diplomat killed. Now puppies. I always try to end with a feel-good segment.
Yeah.
But in the pit, there's an announcement made of over the intercom, basically telling you what happened. There has been an attack. There is no reason to panic, no reason to feel that you're in danger. Just sort of hunker down in place, shelter in place. Security personnel are conducting a search. Please be prepared to cooperate with them any way they need.
It's a guy in a mask.
Looks like a bird.
Yep. I think Ozen's gonna try to hide.
Everybody else just watches you while you crawl up under the winch. I'm not here.
Yeah, no, not like, just stay out of eye line of like where the door opens to where people would come in. Not like trying to like, just like happen to be doing something on off away from the door or something.
Like you've got some equipment or
Yeah.
or the witch or something is between you and the door.
Yes.
Gotcha.
But definitely like staying out of eye line, and then like staying especially if she starts to hear footprints, like, or footsteps, like staying less seen.
You hear you hear people not quite marching, but they're moving at a pace and kind of in sync with each other. A couple of security guys step into the pit.
Are these local or imps?
Oh, these are locals.
Okay. Never mind. She's fine.
In fact, one of them was one of the guys that came by earlier to ask about the bounty hunter.
Okay.
And they just do a quick head count. Okay, everybody here's kind of accounted for. If he doesn't see Ozen, he'll ask about Ozen because Ozen was here last time.
As she hears her name, she's like, "I'm over here, just working something back here."
So yeah, he's like, yeah, everybody was here before, so they've already got jotted down that you two were guests of of the racers. So they move on without any a couple of quick questions. Did you see anything? Did you hear anything?
Hear, yes, see, no. Okay, bye.
And yeah, they move on pretty quick. One of the pit crew has pulled out a screen and has it fired up. So y'all are seeing the outside news. You see the replay of the guy being shot.
Is it blaster fire or projectile?
It was some kind of blaster bolt.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
You can clearly see that.
The glowing red mark.
Ozen, what you don't see, well, none of you see it. Ozen would probably be the one that would pick it out, most specifically, is when you see the entourage. You see the local guys, you see the stormtroopers, you see the commander.
The Sith isn't there.
You do not see the woman.
Well, that explains why he got shot.
On the replay, she's not there?
Right.
Correct.
Okay.
When you see the footage of the actual shot, she is not with the entourage.
If Ozen's standing off to the side, I was going to be like, real quiet under her breath, kind of. Do you think it could have been, not the guy that came to visit us, the one with the outfit trunk? She's not going to say names, but
That's unless he has a blaster rifle, which is possible, sure, but not likely. Someone who has a bolt action like that is going to want to use that and not. They have it for a reason, in other words.
fair enough.
It took me a second to realize who y'all were talking about, which I'm somewhat ashamed of.
But no, I don't think so. This is very clearly blaster fire. Unless he's a good shot with the holdout pistol from however far away he was.
I mean, it could be something other than a holdout pistol.
It's one of them rare sniper pistols.
Holds it, has a string attached to a stick, attached to a holdout pistol. Just like. But no, she's.
So anyway, y'all are basically hunkered down here for a couple of hours. By the time they let you go, or start letting people out, everybody in the pit's kind of bored. Some of the pit crew have pulled out cards or like over in the corner playing sabacc. They finally come out and announce that you may leave. They've done a thorough sweep of the place. None of you are under the slightest bit of suspicion.
Are they going to actually do the race, or did they actually call it off?
They have called it off for the day.
Gotcha.
It's been delayed. They're still going to have it, but essentially this is going to be an active crime scene for the rest of the day. But you can only hold this many thousand people in this small a space for so long.
Yeah, I work Black Friday. And Ozen will say, do y'all need anything? I want to take Io to the ship.
I mean, I can walk back if you wanted to
I-
hang out.
Trying to look at Io like, shut the fuck up.
George's like, well, me and Thall, we're gonna go grab some dinner. Y'all are welcome to come if you want to, or with all this going on, if y'all just want to get back to home.
Does he say it like a puppy dog, or does he say it like
not too puppy dog like? Clearly, he would like to have dinner with y'all. Well,
sure.
You.
Yeah.
But when he says, but if you want after everything's gone on, if you want to go home, completely understand. Clearly he completely understands that you might just want to.
Yeah. I think it's better if we just check in at the very least, head count with the captain.
Oh yeah, makes perfect sense.
And if there's time, maybe dinner. We'll see. I don't want to get your hopes up.
Oh yeah, you got my number. Just call me if you get a chance, if you got time.
Io in the background is totally doing like eyebrows, like.
All right. Well, you all have a good night. Day. She looks up like whatever time it might be right now.
It's evening, but the sun has not set yet.
Go to the ship, Io.
Kiltzer, like I said, a couple hours passed. So of course you get to the, you got to the raceway without any trouble. But the police were already starting to cordon off the area. They had speeders in the air. You weren't going to be able to get in without making a big commotion.
Yeah.
Get down. Stop using your jetpack.
This airspace is temporarily, a no-fly zone.
A police officer with a jetpack comes by with like a siren on their head.
And like an old-fashioned notepad with pen.
Mm.
He likes to savor those citations he writes.
They just hit different ones on paper.
Just pulls it off, sticks it to your helmet. Anyway, so if everybody meets back up at the ship,
You're really you okay? You were twitchy.
Just goes to her room.
Good talk. Good talk.
Just muffled screams into a pillow.
So what happened this time?
I guess Imperial got shot. That's about all I know.
That's normal. So we have someone shooting an Imperial officer, a bounty hunter after me, because Because dear daddy couldn't stand having sent his daughter off on a mission. She ended up dead because of it. And I've just been here shopping for droids.
Your R2 unit whistles like he's alarmed.
No one can replace you, R2. Don't worry about it.
He seems properly consoled.
Just mostly looking for some droids that might be able to salvage wreckage so we can use to sell.
Be useful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was looking at 3 different kinds. Got
Try and make Doc salvageable. A salvage droid.
You can repair a person, you can repair a ship.
Can take apart a person, you can take apart a ship.
Welding torches work on both.
God.
Grim, but not incorrect.
Yeah.
He's not wrong. Unfortunately, a welding torch does work on both, just not the desired effect.
I'm about to say, especially considering welding torches do have a stat block to be used as weapons.
Now I'm picturing Doc talking like Zoidberg.
Concern. Why not Doc?
Hate that.
He does have the kind of hands where he could do like the Zoidberg claws too.
Yeah, he does. It's like, yeah, but there's a... I found someone who is willing to... who sells some droids from that the Trade Federation typically uses.
Well, I'd suggest looking for them after, you've cleared up the whole issue of, a bounty on your head.
Well, yes.
A bounty, yes, but what about the money?
But have you seen these droids, holding up a picture like...
Mm-hmm.
Not the droid you were looking.
Haha.
Would I name this one Scrappy?
That would be a good name for a salvage droid, though.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, we're gonna have to deal with him at some point. Although honestly, considering the look of his gear, I kind of want to just strip it off him. Unless he's a machine, in which case we'll have to break him. But
I feel like Ozen, after having the scream into the pillow vent coming out, that's the first thing she hears, and she just you hear the door slide open. She hears that, she just goes back into her room.
You can help!
it'll either be
No.
really handy for one of us to wear for battle, or we could sell it for a pretty good chunk of cash. I say we, but
I'm just getting the impression of y'all standing around and guns drawn on the bounty hunters. The captain sitting there going, take it off. Take it all off.
That scene from Terminator.
I mean,
Take
he
your
might.
pants. We're going to take your pants and your dignity.
My solution to bounty hunters is always the same. Beat their ass.
I mean, it's a tried and true method.
I usually just kill them.
They're both kind of the same method, just different
Kind of the
degrees of
same
method.
thing. It's just, it's levels.
Either way.
R2 chirps to let you know you've got an incoming message. It's from the Port Authority. It's basically saying nobody's allowed to leave planet for the moment.
Oh.
He returns a message saying we were planning on being here a few days anyway because we have cargo to pick up.
It's just an automated message, so.
Oh, okay.
It was back at the spam.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally just something they're sending out to everybody. Hey, nobody can leave right now. And it goes into why, is this, this assassination attempt. According to the news, the commander is still alive, is expected to recover.
Mm-hmm.
And they go into kind of where he was hit, and if it had been just a couple of inches over, he'd have been, it would have killed him, immediately.
Shitty assassin.
Or
they're trying to get the planet on lockdown.
Bad propaganda.
Some reports are coming in of an Imperial response. Where they are, the Empire is wanting to launch its own investigation. Apparently, they don't trust CorpSec to do it properly.
Fair.
And there's some implication. They don't expressly say it. There's some implications in how they word the message. Their response that this may be something CorpSec has done intentionally. We just got, tensions are a little high in the city. They're already a little nervous about, some of the Imperial movements in the surrounding sectors, i.e., them conquering the surrounding sectors.
Yeah. How quaint. The Empire collapses and they go back to basically doing this bog standard human thing of tribal barbarianism.
It wasn't really limited to humans.
That's true. They just happen to be fucking everywhere.
Awkward Twi'lek looks.
As she realizes the captain may be a racist or a speciesist.
No. He just doesn't give two fucks right now.
They're
doesn't
getting
have
in the way of his.
He's just
his
got
bottom
his big score. You're effing
Yeah,
up his big score.
I want to go to the mall and spend my Christmas money.
He has to deliver that medicine in 30 days or it's free.
Well, no, what he wants to do is he wants to get that stuff stored and back to that planet to cash in on the extra pay.
Should we contact the planet to let them know there may be a delay?
That would
How?
require us leaving.
Remember,
Bronze
Bronze
yeah.
Age planet.
Yeah. Smoke
Well,
signals
hopefully-
don't go that far.
And y'all
Hopefully
specifically
they'll keep
talked
an eye
about
down for
out
us.
of getting any communication equipment.
Yep.
Whatever you do, don't buy a phone. We should really call them. Oh, yeah.
Darn space Amish.
No, that was Espergenesis where you had the planet of Amish people.
Yeah.
Yep. Well. Guess we're stuck here dealing with a bounty hunter. Who potentially caused the incident in the first place to keep us locked here on the planet.
He is a shitty shot.
So it could be calculated.
I think you're giving this man more credit than you should.
I give everybody more credit than they should have until they've proven to be a liability. Or a Neanderthal.
Guy in a bird mask. Weird jar.
that was, according to IO, hired specifically for this job outside of official channels for bounties.
Yeah, and he has looked at the reputation she found for him online is that he is an up and comer. He's got a good rep so far, but he hasn't had like a long career. He's not Boba Fett where he's got the super rep and a long career to back it up.
There's only one Boba Fett. What else has?
And right now, everybody would probably assume he's dead because nobody's seen him in a while.
Sure.
Yep. We know the truth, but yeah, he's dead. Well, either way, we're gonna be stuck here regardless.
Guy beat his ass.
I mean, I want him dead, so he leaves me alone. Loot his gear. If it's better than mine, take it. If it's not, sell it. Either way, I plan on getting paid at the end of all this.
Oh yeah, that's just what.
Oh, that reminds me. I need to make a call to Arnax.
Yeah, the comm channels are all working. There's not a communication embargo or anything.
Yeah, he'll give Arnax a call.
All right. It takes a minute to go through. Some nameless flunky that's face. You recognize their face, but not anything else. Answers.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you want?
Has some information Arnax might want to know.
Alright, who are you? You look familiar.
You know very well who I am. We've met before.
Yeah, you look... Oh, yeah, you're that captain. You're that smuggler captain, okay.
Not wrong.
Let me... Hang on, I'll pass you over to Ludo. A moment later, the screen changes, and you see Ludo the Hutt. Captain, how's my ship?
The ship's doing fine.
Good. What information is it you wanted to pass to my uncle? He's in a meeting at the moment.
That makes sense. Well, first off, since you asked, as you usually do, it performed well, outrunning a more heavier attack vessel, as recently.
Good.
Performed well.
The ship can fight, but it's not what it's designed for. So yeah, always run away if you can.
That being said, it is readily apparent he has a mole in his organization somewhere.
Yeah, you'd reported that already.
Yes, however, apparently it's someone who knew exactly where we were going. After we made that initial call to your uncle to get our current plans changed. Because none of us knew we were going to Kalla until he told us, but the schedule changed when his crew was killed. And lo and behold, we have someone literally the day we get here.
Who is this someone?
A bounty hunter.
We have some information that Miko had been looking around for a bounty hunter.
Yes. And I find it hard to believe he would, out of all of the stars in the galaxy, stumble across the one location we happen to be at without someone in your uncle's organization tipping him off, probably for a payday. As it stands right now, your man on the inside is going absolutely nowhere either.
Man on the inside.
Your uncle knows who I'm talking about.
I see. Did your passenger get off at his stop?
He departed without incident.
Very
However, there has been an incident since.
What happened?
You'll probably find it on the holovids here within the next 10 minutes.
Did you make the news, Captain?
I did not know.
Yeah.
Are we playing a guessing game, Captain? Do I have to guess what it is?
No, I just like to build up suspense sometimes. It helps with some sales.
Natural
Have to keep my
storytelling.
skills sharp. Well, you have to keep your skills sharp. That's how you get a good payday. Long story short, some imps are here, and one of their high-ranking officers has been attempted to be assassinated, so the whole planet's on lockdown now.
You see him kind of shrug back, and his eyes get big. And HUD eyes can get quite big when they're surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for calling, Captain. My uncle will definitely want to know about this. There could be political ramifications.
Mm-hmm. Be sure to let him know that I willingly brought this information to his knowledge.
Of course.
And whomever it is that happens to be speaking with Miko Nelprin rather frequently, and he just sort of raises an eyebrow.
Oh, they will be, terminated.
Good.
Or their employment will be terminated, is how he puts it.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to know I'm dealing with such ruthless business acumen.
We're merely professional.
Aren't we all?
We are as friendly as people allow us to be.
You give what you get. Same as myself.
Well, very good then, Captain. I will let my uncle know.
Of course.
And if you would be so kind as to keep your ear to the ground, as it were.
Well, I'll have to be, considering who Miko hired to return me to Nar Shaddaa in probably a multitude of pieces.
Oh, nonsense. Miko would want you in one piece, so he could leave you in multiple pieces.
It's probably why he hired Corvus.
Ooh. I don't know if he's the best out there, but he's definitely one of the good ones.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if the opportunity arises, Captain, shoot first.
Oh, trust me, that is the plan. He has some interesting gear. I wouldn't mind taking a better look at it. Which, honestly, with Ludo and Arnox, that's definitely Iyira talk for. I want his shit.
Oh, yeah.
Because considering how he'd probably done work with them before, running weapons.
Oh, yeah,
So
most likely.
So they'd probably know that he, if anybody comes after him, he is known for offing the offending party and looting them of all of their shit.
But anyway, Ludo takes his leave of you.
Mhm.
Uh,
Well, no telling how many people are about to get their employment terminated, but I feel better about it.
they get what they deserve.
Yeah, they they set literally a bounty hunter after him because they wanted some extra pay. He's like, well, all right, your life is now forfeit.
Free skydiving lesson. First lesson: parachutes.
Basically, yeah. And he's fine with that.
Yeah. You guys, you have not had a lot of mercy on anybody that's messed with you.
He
Random
doesn't.
Random folks. They cool. You looked at me funny. Oh well.
He has a line that you have to. It's basically like this line is as your life. You cross it, you cut it short. He's fine with random folks. That line is if you come after him with lethal intent, he has absolutely no problems responding in kind. Because at that point, you just become a loot bag.
Stand up guy. All right. So is there anything y'all gonna do the rest of this day? By this point, it's 7 or 8 o'clock in the evening, probably.
Iyira's gonna finish his Amazon shopping.
All right. Like I
Or at
said,
least-
you find a couple of the kind of droids you're looking for. You find a couple of them for sale.
Yes. More to the point, he's looking for 4 droids of 3 makes, not each, but 4 in total. We already know the SM scavenger droid is going to be $1,000, and he mostly wants that for its 0G capability, so it can like bring in hauls that they happen to find out in space.
Yeah.
He's also looking for 2 buzz droids. Basically, this is all Trade Federation like droids. That's what he's most used to. Well, no, buzz droids was separatist. Whatever.
Which the Trade Federation was part of, but
yeah. So 2 of them, mostly because they're really good at disassembling things. Exceptionally so, expeditiously quickly. Which those are a class 2 droid. Same as an R2 unit.
Okay.
Effectively. I was looking at the cost, and I was thinking, okay, what would be the cost? And cost 2,000 for a Discord missile containing 7.
Well, that's because they were generally used as weapons.
Yeah.
You're getting like the civilian models, I guess.
Mostly he wants it for its disassembling capability. To disassemble wrecks and stuff. And then it says 900 used doesn't have like a new cost, but a Trade Federation loader droid for like heavy lifting.
Okay.
If they find like a wreck on the planet, to have it lift the stuff and take it back.
Possible loader droid, which is probably a class 1, I'd assume.
Class 5, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I guess that is really specialized.
Yeah, it is a class 5 cargo droid.
Okay.
To be particular. And the buzz droid is considered a class 2 repair droid for some reason.
Same skills go into it, I guess.
Yeah.
Same skill, just backwards.
But basically, yeah, he's looking for 1 scavenger, 2 buzz droids, 1 loader.
Okay. Like I said, you don't have any trouble finding it. They're in various places around the planet, but they can be delivered. That's not a big deal.
Yeah.
They are on planet.
And he'll order them. He'll go ahead and order them for how much it would be. So it'd be 1,000 for 2,000 for the 2 class 5s. How much for the class 2s?
Let me grab equipment.
Because it says like if I spend $2,000, I could effectively get 7. But
So the scavengers are class 1.
let's see, Scavenger is class 5. Scavenger and the Cargo are class 5s,
Okay,
and the Buzz Droids are class 2s.
That's right. In my head, I flipped the numbers around. Okay.
Yeah, but
So yeah,
he
the
doesn't
class
want.
5s are 1,000 apiece, and the class 2s are 4,000.
Okay.
Uh,
So now the question is, since it's 2,000 for 7 Buzz Droids, how much would it be for less than that?
you're right.
Okay,
Because
so-
buzz droids are kind of weird. Because they're actually intended as a weapon. You said it was how much for how many?
2,000 for 7.
We'll say 1,000 for the 2. Just because they may not be in, those things may not be in production anymore, so the price might be up a little bit on them.
Okay, so $3,000 in total for the 4.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
You've got your little, scavenger crew ready to go.
Basically, yeah. And he will schedule them for the same day all the medical supplies are supposed to get there.
Okay.
Actually, he'll schedule them the day before, so the loader droid can start loading. Yeah.
All right.
I think if no one else is gonna do anything, then Ozen is gonna excuse herself to her room. Ponder the holocron a little bit. Actually, like, go into it for a sec.
So you actually turn the thing on. All right. A hologram
Door shut.
appears of a. Shoot, where did I write his name down at?
Is he a human or was he?
Oh yeah, he was human.
Janos.
Yeah, Geno Sarn. I have a card for the planet that he was on. That's where I've got his name listed. So yeah, when you activate it, a hologram of him appears. Greetings, how may I be of aid?
Janos know about the fall? The Empire?
No, he did not. Not until you told him. He went to the most backwater world he could find.
Great minds think alike.
The hologram is delighted to hear it. If you mention it to it, the hologram
Yeah,
is delighted
yeah.
to hear it.
Yes. Fell.
He has over the years come to suspect that the Chancellor may have been the Sith.
Hindsight is 20/20. No, he is the Senate.
He's got a lot of hats. Some of them
Yeah.
are hoods.
I'll just tell him, I'm gonna come to you for maybe once a week and schedule some training. Best I got.
Very good. Though the path of the Jedi takes dedication.
Yes, I was on that path a long time ago.
Have you stumbled?
Something about losing your master and everyone you ever cared about. Kind of does that to people.
Attachments are dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I will be here at any time that I can help you. I will be here.
Is appreciated. Janos.
And if you haven't told the hologram your name at this point, he will have asked. I can't remember if you've spoken to it before or not.
I think this is the first time I've spoken to it on the ship.
Okay.
It's Ozen. Ozen Jensen.
Pleasure to meet you.
This is really weird because you look like you're in your like 30s at best, and I'm easily 20 years older than you.
No, Janos looks like his current version when you met
Oh, he
him.
looks like his current form? Okay.
Yeah. He spent the last few years programming it, so
Compiling it.
it
Okay.
had stayed up to date on what he looked like.
Okay. That's different. That's good.
Yeah,
Because that would have been awkward as hell. Very well. We'll talk again soon.
I look forward to it. And he sort of bows as the hologram dissipates.
Somewhere secret.
Somewhere safe.
Wrong universe.
Give it to your nephew. Send it over a mountain.
For God's sake, though, just use the eagles. All right, so the night passes uneventfully. Next day, you're up and about. Ozen's got a message from Jord. Just checking on how you're doing after yesterday.
Crew's fine. We're all fine. Did a report.
A little bit later in the message, he also inquires about Io.
Oh yeah, how's that Twi'lek doing? Whatever.
Well, she didn't seem as shook up and twitchy,
Sure.
at the end like you did.
No. We're all, everyone's fine. No one hurt.
He mentions that they've rescheduled the race for tomorrow. You're still invited if you want to watch it.
Let's hope a bunch of bounty hunters don't show up.
Yeah, that was weird. He hopes your captain's able to work out whatever that issue is.
One way or another, I'm sure he'll try.
So, what you doing for lunch?
Hey, Io, you want a free lunch?
No, you kids have fun. Like,
No,
if
Io,
this is going on, this is going like out in like the main area. She's over.
This is just text messages, and then just out of nowhere, just like, hey, Io, you want free lunch?
Go have fun with the boys.
Just replies back, yes, lunch would be nice.
Cool, and he set some time or whatever.
In the distance, Io with a kazoo. Somehow, Star Wars version of Careless Whisper.
So, what are the rest of you? Or do any of the rest of you have plans to get into?
Not really.
I said Doc really doesn't have much of anything he needs to do. He continues to make sure the ship is supplied. That's basically all he's gonna do. Unless he's needed somewhere.
I was gonna sweep the cargo area for more like trackers or whatever. Found one. I know we found it on the pallet, but like, where there's one, there might be others.
Okay, give me a search roll. Be perception search. Well, never mind. It all factors that in.
Yep. 17 total.
Okay, you don't think there's any more trackers?
Okay. Just comes up back from the cargo area like, just doing another check. There's no other trackers, but then it's like, gonna go enjoy the day. If you need something.
Be back before 10 o'clock.
I'm easily 30 years older than you.
I know, which makes it even more hilarious.
Leaves and shuts the thing behind.
All
What's
right.
going on?
No, I think the guys that invited her to the pit one of them at least might have a crush. It's just fun to watch her be twitchy.
Huh. Okay.
Keltzer, do you have any plans for today?
Check to see if there's bounties about, since they can't leave for a while.
Yeah, there's a couple of bounties here in town. Someone that skipped out on. Let's see, what would it have been? Basically, they got a couple months behind on their rent and then skipped out without paying.
Ooh.
There's one guy that's wanted. He's wanted on suspicion of murder, and like the victim's family has put some money forward for a bounty hunter to track the guy down. Both of those, within the city.
Okay. I'll probably start out with the guy who skipped paying rent for months.
Let's see. That is a Phineas Reichon, Reichon. It's only 1,000 credit bounty on him, but
That's fine.
I wonder what Ozen has on her right now.
Do what now?
Wonder what Ozen has on her right now.
But so how would Keltzer start the investigation?
By figuring out where he last was.
Okay. You get the address for where he was staying. And you find like some some family members of his that live here in town.
She would check to see if he's there.
Okay. You find the address for his mother. From what you find out, his father passed years ago, so it's it should just be his mother living here. You can approach that apartment if you want to.
Yeah. Yeah, she's gonna approach and she's gonna check, see if he's been by.
You knock on the door. She answers and seems quite alarmed to have somebody in full armor standing there.
Understandably so.
It's just kind of a, and then she shuts the door. What do you want?
Just want to know if you've been in contact with your son.
Oh, well, he calls me every week.
Do you know where he's at?
No.
Uh-huh.
Why do you want to know?
Just trying to fix something. and I need his help with it.
Oh, you may have the wrong guy then. Yeah. I love him, but he's not very handy.
Oh, this wasn't about being handy at all. He owes rent money.
I'm sure he'll pay it first chance he gets. He's
will.
had a streak of bad luck with employment.
I mean, that happens, but you don't just skip out on rent after not paying for months.
Well, I tell you what, I'll have him. I'll have him call the landlord and see if they can work out some kind of payment plan or something. Would that be all right?
That's not up to me.
Well, couldn't you not look for him for a little bit while he? I don't really know how bounty things work.
I mean, that's not what I get paid for to not look. Just like your son looking for employment, this is my employment.
The door cracks back open. Do they really have enough money on him to get a Mandalorian's attention?
Obviously, yeah.
Or she's taking shitty jobs.
Tell her that.
Are you slumming it? Are you a bad Mandalorian? Is that why you're doing this one?
No.
Well, maybe we could talk about it. Would you like to come in?
Talk about what? I'm not the one that put the bounty on his head.
But you're the one looking for him.
Yeah. I'm getting paid to look for him and to bring him in.
Alive, right?
Yes.
Yes, and the bounty was very clear on alive. This is not a life or death sort of thing.
Yeah, no, she would say it. He's no use to anybody dead.
Worst case scenario, just plunk him over the head.
Well, that's what stun settings are for. Bloop. Well, I'm sorry you came all this way out for nothing. Can I get you something to drink?
No, I'm good.
Give me a perception roll.
Perception.
Waiting for that scene from I
Let me
forget
go
which
grab.
movie it is, where he just jumps out the window. It's like, sorry, he was just here.
Right. Let me just grab my dice real quick.
Out of my head.
I love that movie. God, I love that movie. All right.
13.
She, for somebody that slammed the door in your face, she really wants you to come inside now.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell that she's trying to stay kind of locked on your helmet, but she keeps kind of briefly glancing over your shoulder.
And then she'll pull out her blaster and aim it right behind her to see if anybody's back there.
Nobody was creeping up on you.
Mm-hmm.
But down the steps, you see somebody getting into a, moving like they're trying to be very quiet, getting into a speeder.
And she will head out there and be like, "Thanks for the information."
Thanks for ratting out your son.
When you speak loudly like that, the guy getting into the speeder turns around, and you get a clear look on his face. It's the bounty. At which point he stops being subtle and just jumps in, slams the door, and cranks.
And I shoot at the speeder to make sure it doesn't go anywhere.
All right, give me an attack roll. Pretty sure I got speeder stats just right here.
That.
I'm glad I have this headset that I have now.
19.
What is
When
that?
I had previously, you would have heard Judas Priest in the background because my dad's working on something.
28.
Okay, I was wrong. That's only ships. All right, so a 28. And he's going to try to avoid it. Land speeder's 58. All right.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
So you said he was getting in when she said she was going to shoot. Would he have time to get it cranked up and be able to actually evade a blaster shot?
That's a fair point. That is a fair point.
I mean, I imagine that rule's going to get used on us too, but I figured it's something I should mention.
So yeah, you hear the speeder charge up where he's cranked it basically. Let's see. So yeah, we'll say it's a sitting target. So go ahead and roll damage. Oh, speeders are not very sturdy.
Nope.
You said roll.
Yeah, roll the damage. Roll the damage for your blaster. Okay, got a 3 on his strength roll. That's not great.
I had to double that.
And 22. 25.
Yeah, it cranked up. It lifted off the ground, and you did the equivalent of putting a shot through its engine block. And it just sits back down, just thump. A little bit of smoke trails out the back. He looks back over at you. Hey, that was my mom's speeder.
And you shouldn't have gotten into it, buddy.
For a brief second, it looks like he's about to try to jump out and run. But, realizes that you've basically you've basically already drawn on him. And it's one of those open top speeders, so it's not like he's really got, any cover. Come on now, we can talk about this, can't we?
You gotta talk to the person you owe.
Okay, we can go talk to him.
Shall him in.
Alright. So you zip tie him or cuff him or whatever it is you do.
Mm-hmm.
Though I'm picturing her having a brief moment of panic as she realizes, I've never taken a man alive before. How do you do this part?
I never thought I'd get this far.
Usually it's disintegrations. I just sweep them up and take them in. But yeah, you don't have any problem starting in the bounty. Because, this is through the local bounty hunters guild guy, so, there's kind of a middleman that'll take him and actually turn him over. But So by the end of the day, you've got your how much did I say it was? 1,000 credits.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's deposited into your account. Lickety split. Well, no, this is Bounty Hunter Guild. They give you physical credits. But...
Yep.
While this is going on, Ozen, you have headed out.
Yes.
Was there anything you were going to do in town before you met up with Jord?
Just kind of meander for a bit.
Okay.
Avoiding anyone who remotely looks like they belong to the Empire.
So yeah, meandering through the town. A lot of festivities still going on. You do pass a lot of people that are in conversation about what happened. People that are nervous. There's like a slight undertone of tension. Though everybody's still trying to kind of carry on with the party atmosphere.
Does it sound like they're afraid of like an Empire retaliation?
Yes, or this being kind of the excuse the Empire might need to roll on in.
Mm.
And it's not everybody. Some people are legitimately just, still in the party mood. Obviously, the kids running through the streets with balloons and whatnot and aren't being affected by it. The street vendors are still going. You do notice more security, kind of openly moving around.
But they're still locals and not imps.
They're still locals. They're not really harassing anybody. There's just a noticeable higher presence of them.
Yep. And yeah, she'll just walk around for a little bit. That does put her at ease that it's all local security. CorpSec is their own kind of corrupted, but they're not literally evil and destroying planet. They're just after CorpSec interests.
And they have no reason to be interested in you, which is the important part.
Exactly.
For now.
Yeah.
So yeah, you meet Jord basically at the hotel he's staying at, which is it's basically across the street from the raceway.
Mm-hmm.
The raceway was built on part of the old Imperial base. So think your typical kind of big military base. There's lots of land there, and big sections of it they've started repurposing for things like the raceway. So big hotel, big hotel, convention center sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Just gonna tell before I get there, I'll just like tell the captain. I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna be at the Raceway Arms hotel. It's where we're having lunch. So if you need me, I'll be there.
All right. Don't forget to take a condom.
What's the rule? No glove, no love.
He goes
Turns
back
off,
to his tablet.
Take off my comm unit.
I'm picturing little force shield generators. This is what they would use to Star Wars.
Jesus fucking Christ. I hate that. That's actually cursed.
It's like a little ring and it generates a... Anyway.
That's what we do on Tuesdays, y'all.
Welcome to Tuesdays.
Mm-hmm.
Are you shocked?
Have a
Then clearly you've
little
never been here before.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
So yeah, you get to the lobby of the hotel. Jord's already down there, dressed all spiffy. Y'all do the little chit chat, and then heads out in the street. He's telling you about this restaurant just down, just around the corner, but look like a nice sit down place.
Hell yeah.
You go in. It's it's the equivalent of a decent steak place. So I guess that would be Nerf in the Star Wars universe.
Nerf steak. Yeah.
So chit chatting. He's talking about being excited to finally get the race on.
I'm excited for you.
And he talks about how messed up the stuff was yesterday.
Yeah, that bounty hunter was a real piece of work.
I was talking about the assassination attempt, but yeah, the bounty hunter just adds to the weirdness. You don't think he was involved, do you?
I've connected weirder things before. I don't think. I try not to assume people are going to cause an assassination attempt just to get a bounty.
Yeah, that does seem a little extreme.
It's a little, yeah. Especially if they just want it to be questioned. Now we can't leave, so.
Give me a perception roll.
Splat perception?
Yes.
Okay. Ooh. Good roll. 23.
Okay.
3 off from max roll.
So y'all are chewing the fat. You're having a pretty good time.
A little bit literally chewing the fat.
Sometimes. I imagine Ozen deflects any questions about her past.
Just off in a backwoods planet. Learned I was good at, using my eyes to see things. Just made a career out of it.
That's pretty much what he asked. Well, where you from? How'd you get into this kind of? Because you basically told him you're like security for the ship, right?
So, but it's less security of like hands on because we have a literal Mandalorian. It's more making sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's public information. Don't give me that.
No, it's like I have an army. We have a Mando.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeez.
I don't have to be hands on. It's more the just scanning people and making sure they're on the up and up.
And as you say that, you glance over at somebody walking out, like you're demonstrating. Oh yeah, keep an eye on. And you recognize the woman you see walking out. It's somebody that had just paid her ticket.
Mm-hmm.
And she's dressed. I mean,
just like a regular person.
Yeah, mid-level businesswoman.
Yep. Okay.
Whatever the Star Wars equivalent is of like a pantsuit.
I had the same
a pantsuit.
Yeah, it's just a pantsuit.
Maybe with the like 70s and 80s padded shoulders they used to put it.
They say they're like it's like it's either padded or like spiked.
It's not spiked. But you recognize her face. You saw her just yesterday.
Yep. She recognize me?
That's a good question.
I rolled pretty fucking high on that, so like I'm gonna use that for as much as I can.
No, she does not seem to pay you any attention.
Good. Just clock her, and then I'm busy doing something else.
So you recognize the potential Inquisitor that you met. You see her walk outside. You see her cross the street, so she's on the same side of the street as the raceway now.
Uh-huh.
But she starts walking down to where there's like still some construction stuff. And the last you see of her, just as she kind of get to the edge of the window, you see her kind of glance around and duck into the construction side.
Interesting. Sorry. Take another big bite out of some nerve steak.
Yeah, and you realize that while you were distracted, he was in the middle. He had started some story about from his childhood, since y'all were exchanging, storyline. He was telling you where he was from.
I'll get back into the story and use like context clues to see where I am and sift through it.
You're kind of like, okay, yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry about your mom.
Now, back on the ship, what is Io and the captain doing? Well, and Doc. I don't mean to leave Doc out.
Well, I love how like I don't get a name. I'm just the captain. Is this because I have the complicated name?
Yes.
I keep forgetting exactly how I'm supposed to pronounce it.
I mean, that's fair.
Iyira.
Is it Iyira? Iyira?
Iyira.
Iyira.
Iyira, yeah.
I'll write down a pronunciation key at some point. Alright, maybe I get it now.
Mostly Io's probably just reading her, mostly just hanging out. She's like, I'm not gonna go a wandering if there's potential of a bounty hunter being around.
Well, there's always that potential, unfortunately.
Well, she didn't say this out loud. She's just hanging around on the ship reading or something.
My bad.
R2 your R2 unit seems to be sulking.
What's the matter? Are you jealous because the captain's getting new toys?
It whistles back at you. No, I'm upset because I'm stuck on the ship. Everybody else has got to go out into town. Even the other droid on the ship got to go out in town.
When we get back to drop off the medicines, I'll take you out.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
That's fine.
He wants to see the races.
Well, no, back when we go to drop off the medicines. It would not this planet.
They know what you look like. You can't go leave.
Well, that and there's, like I said, bounty hunter. She's hanging near the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so I only get to see the planet where they use sticks and rocks to make stuff. Okay.
Next fun planet we go to, I'll at least make sure to get you out of the, the docking bays.
He rolls away.
I will repaint you.
Whistling in like a low tone.
Hey, R2.
I'll just repaint you.
Would you like the upside to what's happening on this planet?
Sure. Makes an inquisitive whistle.
You'll have 4 new droids you can be in charge of.
That seems to dream up. R2-T9, king of the droids.
And honestly, given what R2 is, being an astromech, he honestly would kind of leave R2 as the de facto supervisor of the other droids.
I'm sure get along with the buzz droids great since they were, designed to take out astromechs.
R2 units are known for being sassy. He'll be fine.
Yeah. I thought Buzzdoor's just designed to take out anything.
Yeah, probably so. I just specifically remember them attacking R2.
Well, yeah, that did tear apart the R2 unit in
On
Obi-Wan
Obi-Wan, yeah.
ship. Yeah, but they were also ripping his ship apart in the process.
All right. Ozen, your lunch, starts to wrap up. Jord seems to be content to sit there and just talk for as long as,
Yeah, I'll let him talk as much as he wants. He's paying for my steak. I'm talk as much as he wants.
Throughout the meal, you've noticed a couple of other people come by and duck down that same, into the construction area at the same time, at the same spot.
Do all of them look exactly the same?
They're all just kind of descriptively dressed.
So it's not clones.
No. The people all look different.
Yeah.
All the rest of them are guys, but other than that.
All right. Then, yeah, she'll. In her head, she's doing the up, but she's not saying it out loud. She's being calm, kind.
But eventually he catches on to, okay, I think she's ready to go. And y'all have been sitting there talking for a while, so.
Yeah.
He pays the tab.
I'll touch him on the shoulder and be like, "This is a lovely time. Thank you very much. Feel like I've really got to know you a little bit."
Yeah. This was nice. I hope you can make it out to the race tomorrow.
Do my best. I hope to reserve my spot in the pit.
Oh yeah, the crew knows to keep the door open for you.
That's a little smart.
So do you walk back to him with him to his hotel, or have you got something else to do and y'all split out in front of the restaurant?
I think. Where's the construction area in relation to the hotel?
So the hotel is around the corner from the restaurant, and the construction site is across the road and down, still within sight. Okay. Through their front window.
Ozen will walk him to the hotel, and just say, "Well, I've got some other things I need to take care of, but it was very lovely to have lunch with you."
Oh yeah.
You have a good day. Stay safe.
There's an awkward moment, like maybe he thinks about saying something else, but then just kind of nods and goes in.
If he turns back, she's just smiling politely. If he does a dramatic love movie turn, goes up, opens the door, looks back, just smiling politely.
He does kind of glance back over his shoulder as he's walking in. But he doesn't do the full turnaround.
And then as soon as he closes the door, she'll kind of double back towards the construction. She's only gonna go in part ways, kind of see what's going on. She's not gonna go all the way in. Just see what she can glean at a cursory glance.
All right. So the area's got some kind of cheap fencing up, with tarps kind of over the fence, so you don't see in.
But I definitely saw where they entered. So.
Yeah. It's where two of the tarps met up, and when you slide in there's a gap in the fence.
Intending to keep myself quiet.
Yeah, you step just kind of just inside. And you're looking around. Of course, the ground's torn up. It's all dirty and muddy. And you see several sets of tracks heading off. best you can tell, they kind of walk past the actual construction that's going on.
Okay, so like I get the sense they're using this as like a shortcut.
Yeah, basically. I mean, it doesn't look like they're going into the actual area where they're constructing something.
Okay.
It's like they're just kind of circling around the building.
So I'll continue forward. I'm eyes are open. If there's anything that requires me to like have my eyes closed, like another like tarped off area, then I will not go in there. But I'm just gonna keep going forward bit by bit.
Okay.
Being quiet, I'm being attentive.
No, the only really tarped area was the area, the section of fence that's like facing the road.
Right.
You know, it's like they're trying to keep kind of the eyesore blocked from the road, but
Yeah.
the back of the construction area isn't fenced at all. It just opens up further into what used to be the Imperial base. And from the looks of it, this is one of those bases that, you know, it had several buildings on the surface, but probably most of the stuff was underground.
Okay.
And you follow the tracks back, and it looks like they're just heading to that back edge. And eventually you get to an area that's like grassed. So they're not leaving as noticeable a track. The grass is a little grown up, so you could probably still kind of figure out where they're going if you want to give me a search roll.
What I'm good at. $20 total.
Yeah, they've all basically followed the same path, so there's kind of a stomped down bit of grass.
Mm-hmm. If there's like a door or something that like, if it's like a door or like a hidden like little opening in the grass or something, then that's what she's mostly looking for. But if she sees like just the path they're going,
you walk on, you see like a slight mound, and there's like a paved walkway that runs and kind of dips down. You know, it runs off kind of to the side, you know, of where you're coming up from. So you can tell at a distance that's going to be an entrance to the underground, some of the underground section.
yeah, that's literally what she's looking for. She's like, okay, entrance.
You know, it's right on the path of where this track is going.
Yep. So I see entrance, and that's mental note for later. Going back.
All right, so that's when you head back.
Yes.
How close do you get? You know, do you get up close enough to confirm that it's a door, or?
I get close enough to clock that it's an entrance, and then okay. But it's one of those things where like I don't need to see a door. I know what the entrance looks like.
Yeah. You see the mound and the walkway and see where the walkway dips. So
yeah, I kind of infer from there. Like yeah.
Okay. All right. Then
I'm not gonna like go to the. I'm not gonna go to the door where there's some fucking stormtroopers there, like just sitting there, like, hey, what's going on, buddy?
Okay. So yeah, you pull back to the street with no trouble.
Yep, and then I'll head back to the ship.
Okay.
I make a point to like wipe my boots on the pavement. As soon as I get to the ship. Yeah. Don't want to track into the ship, but also, you know, just in case. These are my date boots.
So you get back to the ship. Keltzer, you have beat her back to the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're in there counting your credits.
1, 2, 3.
She'll see that she's walked in and be like, so how was your evening?
Afternoon.
It's only like lunch. I was gonna say it's
Afternoon.
only like 2 tops. Oh, date was lovely. He's a remarkable man. Couldn't
That's
tell you much
good.
about him, besides, that. Got a little sidetracked, but I think we're good.
That's good.
The imps are using an old base of theirs.
Oh,
Yeah. Saw a bunch of them go into a base that that has been discontinued in a construction site.
hmm.
On a 20, would I have heard the footsteps going back and forth in that area, in that paved area?
No, you did not hear anybody walking around.
Fair enough. The damnedest thing. I saw one jump in, two, and before I knew it, there's 3 or 4 people all going in the same weird direction. All business casual, going into a tarp in a construction area.
Uh-huh.
And the only reason I know they're Empire adjacent is the one of the one of them was the fancy ones with the little tube thingy.
Are we all
Fancy
the ship at this
with the
point?
two thingy.
Yeah, everybody's on the ship.
Okay.
Now, whether
Yeah.
y'all all rush down to the door to ask Ozen about her date is up to y'all.
Nah. Honestly.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying, I'm not hiding what I'm saying though, so
Yeah.
anyone within earshot would probably hear it.
Do you mean an Inquisitor?
Is that what they're called? Yeah, that.
Yes. Jedi Hunters.
Yeah. I just recognize her from me and Io saw her.
I
So
wonder what
what?
one of them is doing here.
The one pantsuit lady.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something's not. Do you have the holovid of the assassination attempt?
I didn't save it, no. You could probably find it,
Bring
Yeah,
it
though.
up.
it's easy enough to pull up.
Double checking this pantsuit lady's not with them. Confirm, just double checking that.
Yeah, she is. When the assassination went down, she was not there. You see the guy that got shot. You see the 4 stormtroopers. You see the local, some of the local corp set guys and all that. But
The troop. Well, so the troop minus the Inquisitor looks exactly the same.
correct.
Kyle, do you remember the lady that stepped up in front with the bounty hunter?
Yeah.
She's not in the holovid.
Shitty bodyguard.
I doubt it. But
Wasn't there when the assassination attempt happened and didn't prevent the assassination attempt? Maybe she was part of the assassination attempt.
kind of what I'm thinking, maybe. But it's a weird way to go about it.
I mean, there'd be much easier ways to kill someone you're masquerading to protect if that was what you were intending to do.
Well, she was one of the ones that walked into the construction area, and that's the only reason I recognize her. So the only reason I know they're Empire adjacent. Something's not adding up.
In the end, it doesn't really matter.
Well, it is keeping us from leaving, so probably not going to resolve itself.
She's not the one keeping us from leaving. It's whoever did the assassination. I mean, eventually they're going to have to let people go, you know, preventing trade from going off-world and stuff. It would just upset the local economy and potentially any relationship they could have with the planet.
Or they can just swoop in and try to take over.
Give them time.
Wouldn't be the first time, and like the first time, not a damn thing is gonna change either. Just the corruption would be a little bit more blatant, as per usual.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Something just have a really off feeling about it.
Wonderful. There's some medication in the cabinet.
Just a bottle that says whiskey.
You should try getting some rest. At least an adequate amount of sleep. I suggest 8 hours.
If Doc runs any kind of scan, he'll see, or they'll see that Ozen has like an elevated BPM.
Oh yeah, no, Doc's already been like at the moment you started showing concern, Doc had already started like doing just like quick scans, just like let's see what's going on.
Yeah, that's just like elevated heart rate.
Yeah, no, at that point Doc would be like, knowing you're kind of person, I would also suggest taking some calming tea. It might help slow heart rate. But that is only a suggestion.
What does that mean? Knowing your person? It's a weird turn of phrase.
To be fair, he's a weird droid.
Yeah. Do you have tea available?
Yes, we should. Let me check the medicine cabinets and see if I keep a small supply.
Alright.
That's probably in the lounge area. But...
I mean, he would check, out of protocol habit, he would check there first and be like, where else would it be stored?
Classic
Alright.
Metal Gear Solid guard.
An hour or so after Ozen gets back, there's effectively a knock at the door.
Check the ring cam.
There's a couple of guys in corpsec uniforms standing out there.
Cap.
Who did what now?
Was it me?
I've been here all day.
Uh-huh. Ozen, what did you do?
I went on a date with a fellow person my age.
He'll walk over to the intercom, ring it. Yes, how may I help you?
Are you the captain of this ship?
Oh boy.
Who's asking?
They identify themselves as corpsec. They hold their ID kind of up to the camera.
Step back.
They take a couple steps back.
He'll open the door. He very noticeably does have a hand on his pistol, though. May I help you?
The guy standing behind, kind of the spokesman, clearly sees you with the hand on the pistol, and his hand kind of drifts back there. But the spokesman, who's got a data pad in his hand, is kind of like, well, No need for that, Captain.
Well, to be frank, I don't know who you are, and there's a bounty hunter here that's after me. So
That
you could
sounds like a personal problem.
Well, any one of you could be him. So just in case. Now, how may I help you?
He turns the data pad around, and there is an image of Ozen cleaning mud off of her boots.
Traipsing around.
Just, kind of on the sidewalk, scraping mud off her boot. I mean, is this one of your crew?
I see someone scraping mud off of their shoes. Why do you need me?
We just need to speak with this person.
Fuck around and find out, I guess. Ozen!
Huh?
Get down here.
Not father, you're the captain. She takes her time.
Once she comes into view and Corpsec probably obviously sees her, the captain's just going to lean against the wall and...
Io's a half dozen or so steps behind Ozen with like a bowl of popcorn.
Can I share that? Get over.
Help you, gentlemen?
Yes. Good evening, ma'am. We had reports of someone entering a construction area that was off limits. He shows you the picture. It's you cleaning your boots when you came back out.
Okay.
Why did you walk into this restricted area?
It's a monkey see, monkey do situation.
What do you mean?
Had a moment of say curiosity got the better of me. But my curiosity was sated when I found it was just a regular. It's like,
You said monkey see, monkey do. What did you see that made you do?
some other people looked like they were in business casual. It was
Okay,
a weird thing, so I wanted to investigate it.
So you explained that you saw like 4 other people duck in there, wondering what was going on.
Yeah.
They kind of look at each other when you say that. I see.
Is there like a recognition that in their head?
Not
their
really.
faces?
They had a report. Somebody saw you either go in or come out. And from talking with them, you find out that this was essentially
God,
like a traffic.
Snitches.
You find out the picture is basically from like a traffic drone that just
Sure.
it just happened to be passing through at that point. Think of it like the Google Cam car or Google Maps car driving past you. Kind of
Just
thing.
about to say you got caught by Google Maps.
But they have
Snitches.
they have a little swarm of these drones that just run around the city.
Sure.
More to spot accidents than anything.
Just saw other people go by. Was curious and
they ask you for as much of a description as you can give of these other people.
just regular dudes and business casual. It was really weird to go from this high-end establishment to whatever the hell.
Yeah, it looked like a strip mall shopping kind of thing that was going up or something. So
Anything else?
they write you a citation. It's just a warning, like when you see a restricted area sign, please respect it. It's for your own protection, kind of thing. Like I said, it's basically that you don't do that again.
Slap on the wrist, yeah.
We'll have to actually, ticket you or charge you with trespassing or something if you do it again. And they thank you for the information on these other people, though. They'll look into that. It's odd.
Be careful.
But then they take their leave. So going into the next day, Who all is going to the race?
It's to promise that she would go, so.
Kelso would go.
In full armored regalia?
Yep.
It's fair.
I'm here for a
I'll keep
rattle.
an eyeball on the ship this time, since I went
I mean,
last time.
She'll
here-
have her helmet in her hand, but more or
Oh.
less.
This
I mean-
situation.
I'm here for a relaxing day at the races. In full armor with a shotgun strapped to your back?
Yes.
It helps me relax.
I feel relaxed. Who's gonna mess with me? Nobody.
Basically.
I feel safe in knowing no one is going to bother me.
Uh, so you get to the race. There's some extra security outside. Though once you're inside, you know, everything seems to be pretty normal. No Imperials wandering around today, though.
I'm with the White Witch. Move along.
You walk in. Jord's like, Ozen. Oh, I see you brought your
Jord.
ship muscle today. You gonna be ready if that
Well,
other bounty hunter pops up, huh?
You didn't have to say it like that, but yeah.
And he introduces himself to Kelser because I don't think y'all have met yet.
Kelser, Jord, Kelser. That's
Oh yeah,
Thall.
pleased to meet you. You know, shakes his hand.
Pleased to meet you too.
Yeah, you know, that's Thall over there. Thall, you know, raises the, you know, turns away from the pit crew he's talking to, and you know, throws up a hand.
Okay. Hi.
You know, they're geared up, get ready for the race. You know, they've got a screen up where they're playing the pre-show stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and they're talking about, you know, the race finally ready to get the race underway. You know,
Yeah.
you know, Ozen, you see a lot of the stuff going on that was going on a couple days before, where they're prepping the ship. They've already got their mech, astromech loaded up in the Witch.
Ozen will help out with like some of the prep too, where she can. It's just, if anything, just an extra set of hands versus like actual knowledge of what she's doing.
All right. Once again, give me a perception checks. Everybody that's in there. So this would be Ozen and Kelser.
Mm-hmm.
Great, not again.
Is it? I'm trying to. Okay, perception. Okay.
Really
Got
gotta
11.
move these games to, like, the other end of town.
Well, you know, it's a decommissioned military base. It was all this open space. Right there in the city, I mean, or at the edge of the city, so.
15.
Okay, Ozen.
11. Yep.
Kelser, you hear. I guess I should roll for Jord. Wow, Jord is not observant. You hear something coming from the hallway. Like somebody, I don't know, blowtorching through something. Which, you know, there are other you know, pits up and down there. So it might just be somebody using a tool. Though you haven't heard anything else like this.
Should we look to see where the noise is coming from?
You look down the hallway. And there is down the hallways a ways, there is a circle being burned through the floor.
Close to us?
Oh, 15 or 20 feet down the hallway away from you.
Ozen?
Yes.
She will point at the hole.
About that time, that little circular section of floor drops, and everybody hears the crash.
Draw my baton.
Kelter, you see a woman leap out of the hole.
She will pull her blaster out.
The woman immediately turns around, reaches down, and just takes somebody's arm and helps start pulling people out of the hole. You hear what sounds like some blaster fire echoing down from in there somewhere. The woman notices you, is like, "This doesn't concern you."
Sure it doesn't.
That looks like it definitely does.
So she helps 2 guys out. And it's like she's reaching out for another one, and you hear, you hear a blaster fire, and suddenly you hear somebody go, "Ugh!" At which point the woman just kind of goes, "Damn it," and stands up.
This pantsuit.
Oh yeah. Ozen, you recognize all these people. The pantsuit is like, dirty and stuff, like,
Someone's been infiltrating a base.
like
and
they've been
found a weird way out.
crawling through like they've been going, working their way through a crawl space or something.
Yeah, weird.
Uh,
I'll elbow Kelser and be like, "Those are the amps."
Ah.
Now most of the pit crew has stepped out behind the two of you to see what's going on. Thall points at the woman. That's a lightsaber in her hand.
Oh, you mean her? What color is it? Is it red?
Well, it wasn't lit when she leapt out. As soon as he says that, she goes ahead and lights it up. Y'all need to just, she basically said, "Just step back into your pit."
What color is the lightsaber?
Red.
Okay.
Or crimson, or whatever specific one they use. And they start kind of backing down the hallway away from you.
I'm not gonna chase them. Might snitch if corpsec guy comes by. That's it.
Okay. As they start backing away from you, you hear feet running. Some corpsec security guys run around,
Pointing that way, just immediately.
Well, no, they're
pointing.
coming up. You're here, then it's them. The corpsec guys are on the other side of them.
Okay. So they're sandwiching them anyway.
Yes, it's a you them corpsec sandwich.
Gotcha.
As soon as the corpsec guys see them, they open fire. One of the guys with her immediately goes down. The other one returns fire. You see a couple of corpsec guys go down. The woman starts slapping blaster bolts out of the way. But a lot of stray shots are coming down the hallway at the rest of you.
Yep. Are they ricocheting good enough to try to hit us? Because I'm ducking out of the way if when that happens.
Uh,
Like after the first one.
Yeah. So anyway, sir, both of you are going to potentially take shots. Are you dodging?
Yep.
Oh, hell yeah, I'm dodging.
Just checking. You don't have to. All right, so give me a dodge roll, Ozen.
I got a 9 extra from whatever else the range is.
Okay.
Exceedingly hard to hit someone with the ricocheted blaster bolt as I.
Well, it's not
am looking-
ricocheted. You know, the woman was blocking the ones that were going to hit her. Some of them just missed everybody and just went downfield, and y'all happened to be downfield.
Even more of a cause for it to miss.
So yeah, I think this will be medium range. So yeah, you get missed. One goes at Rappy, or at Kilser, I should say.
Okay.
They're shooting Rappy.
Dodge, right?
Right.
$26.
Oh yeah, misses you by a mile. The nameless, faceless pit crew just all shriek and jump in there. But you do hear kind of a grunt behind you as somebody has taken a blaster bolt. You hear Jord call out Thall's name. And out of the corner of your eye, you see him kind of dragging Thall back into the pit. The two remaining imps are kind of moving back in your direction now. Not like they're aggressively coming at you. They're just being pushed back. The one guy's kind of taking cover behind the woman, but he keeps glancing back at y'all to see what y'all are doing, because if you're saying something, Jeremy, you're muted.
Right. It's like I'm not. Yeah, I'm running back and helping them carry Thall.
Okay.
But I was saying, like, I'm not harrying them. I'm just making sure my friend doesn't fucking die.
Yeah, well, if y'all duck back into the pit, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kelter, you're stepping back into the pit as well. Well, in that case, they keep an eye on you as they're passing you in the pit, and then once they get past your pit, from the sound of it, they just turn around and take off. The sort of corpse set guys run through. One of them notices that there's an injury, and you hear him on his comms, injured civilian in pit, whatever number of pit it is.
Driver.
Yeah, he's not paying any attention. That's literally, he looks, and you see him grabbing his comm and start talking as he keeps running. Shortly thereafter, like the EMTs basically show up. Ozen and Jord have got Thall propped up. He took a shot to the shoulder. Doesn't look like it's going to be lethal or anything. But they give him a once over. They're packing him up to, essentially take him to the hospital. And you know, he's telling Jord, you know, it's gonna be okay. It's just, you know, it's just his arm. They'll slap him in some back day, and he'll be, you know, he'll be up and around in a day or two. And then, you know, the EMTs are giving kind of that same report. And they go rolling him off, and George is sitting there going, "We picked the wrong vacation spot."
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, aside from meeting you, I mean y'all, yeah, this has kind of been a wash. And the race is in like a half hour. I'd take it out myself, but I've had this inner ear problem the last couple of years, so.
What do you need to captain it?
Just somebody that can pilot.
Not me, that's for sure. I'm a lot of things. I'm not a pilot or a pilot.
Yeah, but y'all are a crew of a ship. Do y'all have a pilot?
Yes. Theoretically.
Is he any good?
Theoretically.
If you are paying him, yes.
Oh yeah. We'd you know. Yeah, we'd split the you know, we'd split any winnings with him, of course.
You're gonna have to talk to him about that. He's really weird about it. I'll do a direct line to the captain.
What'd you break this time?
It was some weird bitch with a lightsaber. That's neither here nor there.
What a way to start a conversation.
Yeah.
Io in the background. You broke the weird bitch with a lightsaber? Impressive.
Over my knee like a stick. Arrgh.
You want to make some money?
I mean, yeah.
They shot the pilot who was going to originally race. Took some blaster fire, so you need
You're
a pilot.
calling me to pilot, aren't you? Yeah, you are.
Yep. Do you or do you not want to split winnings?
It is credits.
Hmm? Like I said, you can talk to him about however the heck you're going to split the credits. I'm just putting the call forward. I'm just a liaison.
Have them send me the specs of their speeder and I'll take a look.
Oh, I can do that. I will literally do it since.
Okay. Me, Stinger going.
It's
This
in the.
this thing is, yeah, but say, is it considered a? Yeah. Is it considered a
It's a land
repulsor lift or technically starship?
In the first edition of the rules, the pilot's pretty much just pilot.
Okay,
don't
because
think
I know
so.
there's starship piloting and repulsor lift operation. So I don't
all
know
I'm seeing
which
is
one.
repulsor lifter. Oh, there it is.
Repulsor lift, I think, is like a tool that's like, you know, pallet jack sort of things.
Okay.
Forklifts, that sort of thing.
You have
Oh.
to have your pallet jack driver's license in Star Wars.
Apparently.
Here's your blaster, but don't you dare get on that pallet jack. Or
It's a good thing
forklift.
Star Wars.
Forklift.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing Star Wars isn't political, or else it'd be trying to tell me something.
Uh-huh.
But you should be able to see the stats to the thing.
Yeah, I do.
You know, and it's a heavily modified speeder. It's obviously built more for racing.
Yeah.
They basically doubled the flight ceiling of the thing.
Yeah, I can see that.
Now, it can't maintain that indefinitely.
Yeah. Just a can if necessary, but shouldn't be the consistent use.
Or, you know, if you wanted to jump something like the Duke Boys, you can do that.
Uh-huh.
As I'm like making this conversation with the as soon as you say it's credits, I like kind of go like this to Jord.
And yeah, if you pass him the comm link, George's like, you know, nice to meet you, or nice to speak to you, Captain. Hate to drop this in your lap so unexpectedly, but it's just been a weird day.
Welcome to my life.
Weird couple of days, truthfully. And yeah, I mean, and he breaks down how they were planning to break the winnings up. Basically, he'll give you, you know, Thall, what was going to be Thall's share of the winnings, and then him and Thall just split what was going to be his share. You know, of course, how much you make depends on, you know, where you come in the race. But
makes sense.
And I don't actually have the rewards written out, so
Something for next week, I guess.
That's a next week problem.
Yeah, next week we'll probably start it with the actual race.
We'll make sure to remind you.
Yeah, I really meant to do that this week.
Tuesday at about 5:50. Hey, did you figure out how many credits we're gonna, you know, each spot gets?
Yeah.
That is something that he would want to know for sure.
You know, but it's a big deal race, so you know, first prize is pretty decent.
Big chunk of credits.
You know, it's not going to be what you're making on the medical supply run or nothing, but
Yeah.
Could buy a 5th droid.
But for something that'll be like, you know, 30 minutes to an hour of work, sure.
Yeah.
Using somebody else's equipment.
That's honestly basically where he's at with it. Is all he has to do is race. And he's a pretty good pilot.
And I don't know how big a car guy, quote unquote, you know, the captain is, but if he's a car guy, this looks like a pretty sweet ride.
Fair enough. Yeah, he's not a huge car guy, but he does keep up with it because it's stuff that he might have to use.
Mm-hmm. And how old is the captain?
He's... I wrote this down. He is about 31.
And how old is Ozen?
57.
Okay.
Yeah, Ozen's much older.
So Iyira is actually closer to Jord than Jord is to Ozen. I think Jord be floating around 40 or so now. Anyway. So yeah, in your childhood, you may remember seeing some of these cars.
Mm.
You know, the stock version is still running around.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you and Jord, we'll wrap here with you and Jord kind of working out the details.
Fair enough.
Race is in 30 minutes, so just, you know, as soon as you can get here would be great.
I'll get a taxi.
They've got an astromech loaded up in it. You know, you could of course bring your own if you wanted to.
The guy will hear, "Hey R2, how do you feel like racing?"
Excited whistles in the background. You hear Jord laughing over the intercom, or over the comm link. But alright, so we will wrap there for this week.
Oh boy.
And we will wrap up the race adventure next week.
Yeah.
I guarantee it. Assuming we have session. Yeah.
I'd say that's a little ominous.
I am kind of jinxing us probably.
Let's say you keep dangling all these plot threads.
Honestly.
Well, I gotta set up a bunch of the plot threads here early, and then some of them won't crop up again for a while.
Uh-huh.
That bounty hunter would be like, remember me, Kalla, asshole?
Who are you again, bird boy?
Just remember me from Kalla? Iyira from behind him. Just gun out. Yes.
So anyway, I hope y'all had fun today. I always enjoy running. I hope anybody that was watching enjoyed it. No, join us next time.
Yeah.
If you're not tired of gaming for the week, Dire Bear has got well, we've got more games. Jeremy, go into the more games.
Oh man, you had me in the first half. I'm not gonna lie. Tomorrow, you can join JT with False Colin Knights. You can see Pink Rambo and her crew on Thursdays with a Knight's Ransom. On Saturday, you can see the Stolen Cities, which if you look in the Discord, you'll see a couple of clips that I came up with that I posted of the Stolen Cities. That is headed up by Lore Master Alex. And on Sunday, you've got Varenheim with Trail, and those are all D&D 5th edition. And then coming back on Tuesday will be us with Star Wars.
You know, a bunch of the... Is it this Friday that a bunch of the GMs are playing a game, but I don't remember if we're streaming it or not. So I probably shouldn't say too much about it.
You've already said too much.
Bold
Yeah,
of you to assume there won't be just content going on.
Well, I kind of
If all the
assumed
GMs are together, they're probably streaming it for content.
I assume because when all the GMs got together to play the Jackbox games, we
Jackbox.
streamed that. Oh, that was a lot of fun. So I assume we're streaming this one, and I think it's this coming Friday. I don't know. I'm playing a gnome illusionist, so
Oh, you're playing D&D.
Yeah.
Nice. But if
Blinking
you heard that
Glitterball.
here, no, you didn't.
Well, yeah, if we're streaming it, no. Yeah, Maddie's gonna run us a one shot. She's running us a one shot. I don't know if we're streaming it or not.
Nice.
I hope we are though, because I'm very proud of Blinking Glitterbottom.
It's really good.
But anyway, join us next week. And
We probably won't die.
well, it's a race. Who's ever died at a race?
You're
Movie number 4, technically movie number 1 says otherwise.
Oh, that's right. Pretty much every race you've had in Star Wars. Anyway.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, everybody wave. We're going away. Where is my ending? Oh, there's my ending button.